Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are surviving well during quarantine. This video is going to be a little bit different because I'm going to share with you guys the painting of my kitchen cabinets. I don't know about you guys, but during quarantine I've been doing a lot of home projects. My husband and I looked into hiring someone to do this, and one day I decided that I was going to do it. So stick around, I'm going to share with you guys what I did, and then I'm going to give you guys some tips of things that you can do that I didn't do, that I think that if I would have, it would have just taken the cabinets to another level. But I am in love with them. They've brightened up our kitchen. I love white cabinets. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I hope it gives you some tips and maybe even some motivation. Oh my gosh, I didn't even watch this footage until I'm just now editing it, and I just noticed my husband and son making funny faces at the camera. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. As you guys may have noticed, to get started, my husband took the doors off the cabinets. I did want to accomplish this without taking everything out of the cabinets. Of course, if anything got on our dishes or anything like that, I washed them, but I wanted to do as much as I could without taking things out of the cabinet. And we did not paint the inside of the cabinets. I read a lot of blogs, watched a couple of YouTubers, and that's one way that you can save time and money. Who's gonna see the inside anyway? So we took the doors off. I had put painter's tape around the areas that needed it. I did go ahead and wipe all of the cabinets down with 409 to make sure there was no grease or stuck on food or anything like that on them. You'll also notice that I tried to label all of the cabinet doors so I would know where they went back to, but with all the moving around and painting and priming, those sticky notes got lost really quickly. And we did have some trouble figuring out which cabinets went where, but we finally got it all settled. So if you guys have a better way to organize your cabinets and make sure they get back where they go quicker, feel free to use that. Like I said, I tried to use the Post-its, but it was insane in my house with everything. After making sure everything was taped down, the doors were off, and everything was clean, I went ahead and started sanding. You don't need to sand too much, just rough it up a little bit to give the primer something to stick to. Once I got started in the kitchen, I decided that my plan of attack would be to sand, prime, and paint the frame of the cabinets first, and then tackle the doors. That way I would have more room in my house, more countertop space, more space at my dining room table to store those doors as I worked on them. Once I did everything along the top, I of course had to do it along the bottom, and I don't know how often you guys get on your hands and knees and clean the baseboard of your cabinets, but I don't. So once I got down there, I realized I needed to do that. And because the 409 has such a strong smell, I thought I would put my handy dandy face mask to use for something other than going out in public. My family has a friend who made these, and they were pretty inexpensive. We did a porch pickup, and she made them for all of us so that we've been able to use these if we have to go out during quarantine, and it came in handy here as well. So you guys will see me doing a little brushing here on the frame, but I also did a lot of rolling, and my recommendation to you guys is, unless you like brush strokes on things, then you want to roll it for a nice smooth finish, especially primer. The primer, if it's oil-based, can be kind of goopy, so I would recommend that you roll that on for a nice smooth finish. Let it dry completely before then you roll on the paint. Some people like brush strokes, and I can't say that I totally hate how the cabinets turned out. I do think it gives them some character, but I just want to warn you guys, if you're someone who's looking for a totally smooth finish, you're gonna want to roll it, and you'll probably want to sand between coats too. I did do 2 coats of primer and 2 coats of paint, so if things already look white, it's because the primer was white and I did 2 coats of that. And then after I painted it one day, and then the next day I did a second coat on everything. You can tell the difference between what was rolled and what was brushed. The frames are really smooth, and the cabinets have those brush strokes on them, the cabinet doors. Another tip I can give you guys is, if you can lay your cabinet doors and drawers flat, horizontal to dry, gravity will kind of work its magic to smooth things out. I didn't have the luxury of that in my house because we don't have a lot of space, so I did the primer laying flat, but again I brushed it on. And then I hung the cabinet doors and painted them while they were hung. So you got to kind of monitor that when you're doing that, because you can have drips. So I had to kind of go back and smooth those out when I would see those happening. Can you guys tell that this project took over my house? I had cabinet doors and drawers everywhere, plastic, primer, and paint too. I must have tracked in a couple of ants from my patio while sanding, because when I came inside and sat to work with the doors, the ants bit my booty. It hurt for days. Actually, my whole body was sore for days, the kind of sore you are after working out, but I actually love that sore, so I didn't mind too much. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I was hoping this would be a Friday to Sunday project, but once we hung the doors on Sunday and I gave them a coat, I decided that I wanted to wait until Monday and give one final coat. And then of course, when I went to take the painter's tape off, it's not supposed to do this, but it peeled some of the paint off of the darker beige color in my kitchen. So I waited a few days and got down and dirty again to touch up those areas. But I finally got it all done, all taken care of. The one thing I think we are gonna do is get a some kind of top coat to go over the paint to prevent it from chipping. So that is our goal, but we are going on vacation the week of Memorial Day, so that will be something to do when we get back. And here is the kitchen, totally complete. You guys have to let me know in the comments what you think of it. Something else we're going to be doing is getting a new stove and microwave. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll notice that I asked folks on there to vote as to whether they wanted a video before we got those or after, because it is going to be about another month, and a lot of them said before, but I will be sure to show you guys another walkthrough when we get those appliances and maybe even do a cleaning video. But I hope you guys have a great week, and I hope you guys are doing well. I will see you in the next one. Bye!